When I first started trying to read the Bible, I was in my jail cell. I was going through a very difficult season of life, to say the least. But someone encouraged me to read the Bible to find hope, encouragement, and strength. So I just started reading the way you do any book, on page 1. I've heard of a lot of people giving up in Leviticus or Numbers, but I didn't even make it through Genesis before I came to the conclusion that it wasn't going to help me fix my life at all. But your journey doesn't have to go that way. I want to share some things I've learned that have helped me read and understand the Bible much differently. The whole Bible actually tells one story. God is the main character. Jesus is the only real hero. The Bible isn't about me or you, but it is about God and his relationship with mankind. The Bible is divided into Old and New Testament, but it's actually helpful to see the Bible broken down in this way: creation, fall, redemption. On page 1, we see that God created the heavens and the earth, merely speaking it into existence. He created sea life, birds, animals, plants in the same manner. But then with man, it was much more intimate. God got his hands dirty, and he fashioned man out of the dust of the ground, making man in his own image. God breathed his breath of life into man and placed man and woman in the Garden of Eden, where they could have direct relationship with God, face to face. But by page 2 or 3, we see sin enter the picture. More precisely, we see sin enter the heart of man. Man chooses sin, which is just anything that goes against God and his loving commands. And sin has consequences, ultimately death, both spiritual and physical. This is called the fall of man. Man broke off his relationship with God, desiring to be their own God. But immediately we see God's plan of redemption to save mankind and reconcile us to himself. See, one would come who would live a perfect life of obedience. Jesus, both fully God and fully man, would die on a cross to pay the price for our sins and make a way for us to have a relationship with God once again. He would rise from the grave 3 days after, defeating sin and evil and even death itself. Everything in the Bible points to Jesus and the Lord's purpose and desire to save mankind. His mission here on earth, the very reason he came, was to seek and save the lost. So if you don't know Jesus, I'd recommend you start reading the Gospel of John. As someone once told me, when you get to the cross, you'll see. God bless.